Hello. And welcome to Vessel of Hope. It's good to see you all here today. To your Tuesday goodness, your Tuesday greatness, just your day, your Tuesday to just get away from what's going on, get away from the Tuesday, right? Like sometimes you just need to get away from Tuesday because Tuesday be Tuesdaying. You know what I'm saying? Tuesday be Tuesday in. But thank you all so much for being a part of us. I hope thank you all for joining. Love and appreciate each of you. Sister Baby, how are you? Hope all is well. Thank you all so much. You know what I need you to do? Prophet's ready. You know what I need you to do? I need you all to go ahead. For those of you that are on Facebook, I need you to like. I need you to love. I need you to share. Do what you got to do. Share it on your wall. Someone may pass by and say, hey, let me see what she's saying today, right? They don't want to subscribe, but they want to watch through you, right? Come on, we got to know how to beat them by the punches, right? Beat them by the punches. And for those of you that are on YouTube, I need you to go ahead and click the love. Show me some love. Click the love button there for me. And subscribe, subscribe, and click the notification bar so you can know when we're on, when we're live, to see what's happening, what's going on, right? Let's do that today. Thank you all so much. Hey, and don't forget, I got a new blog up. I know I've been saying it, but our tech person finally got it up. I'm not calling names for nobody, right? But our tech person finally got it up. So go ahead and read it. It's called Adapt. It's called Adapt. So read it, let it bless your spirit, and send it to someone. Let them go ahead and read it also. You never know. It may not be for you, but it may be for your cousin. It may be for Susie next door, right? All right. So today. Thank you all so much for joining. Today, I want to talk to you today about late fees, right? Late fees. No, don't worry. I'm not the bill collector. I'm not coming for you. It ain't me. It ain't me, right? So I want to talk to you today about late fees today, right? Late fees comes when you don't have your finances together, right? And you just can't pay. You can't pay on time. You can't pay on time. And some companies, they give you, that 3 to 5 days. And so one time, side story before we go in. One time I forgot to pay a bill. So I called this company. I was like, I'm so you don't want to pay the bill, blah, 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 blah. Because I do not do what's that thing called? Automatic auto. I don't like that. The only thing I do that for is the streaming, because you automatically have to put your card in for that. So those are the only thing that comes out automatic. But I do not like auto withdrawal. The light bills and stuff, the gas bills and stuff. I don't do that. I want to go in myself. I want to punch in the number. I want to put in the card, and I want to spill it to pay, right? Right? Right, perhaps Loretta. So I don't like auto withdrawal, only for the streaming device, the streaming things that I do that for. So I called the company. I was like, oh yeah, I want to pay this bill, blah blah blah. And the lady was like, how come you didn't how come you forgot to, was it a lady or the man? I don't like, it's only two people work at this company. And the guy I do not like when cause he kind of nasty. I think he a little something, so he kind of nasty. But anyway, so they were like, how come, oh, he was the lady. She was like, what took you so long to pay? No, it was the man, because you don't ask that the guy. What took you so long to call us? She was like, you made it before we start adding the late fees to it. And he's like, what took you so long? I said, honestly, I forgot. I forgot about this bill. It was a decide. I forgot about it. He's like, okay. So sometimes that happens. Sometimes, if you're like me, you do not do auto withdrawal for everything, and you forget. You got your budget down, and you forget. You forget to add that bill on there, right? So you try to avoid the late fee. But late fees, we've all had this issue, the situation where we had late fee coming, and you're like, oh, what is this? Because late fee happen when you just don't have the amount of money to put in to pay that out. So today I want to talk to you. I want to give you some insight on managing your late fee. This is not about finances. You guys know I like to go, the Lord will tell me, give me a title, and I have to try to maneuver and see where God's trying to take us here. So I'm not talking about your finances. Your finances is your business, right? That's your business, right? But metaphorically, we're talking here, right? We're talking metaphorically here about late fees, right? So the first tool, the one insight I have for you about late fees is you have to attend to it. Attend to the late fee. Attend to it. One thing that we have to be careful of are those late fees, because they add up. And when you don't attend to it, it adds up. I have two credit cards. One is PC Riches. I just have it just in case I'm breaking the house. We're able to go and hey, let's just purchase right away. And I have my regular credit card that, again, just for an emergency, just in case. I'm not a swiper. If it's not in my account, I don't like to swipe it. So the credit card is for emergency, just in case, right? Like the last time when I was trying to swipe my card, my bank card, and it wasn't going through, I'm not gonna stand there looking embarrassed. So I bust out my credit card and swipe and swipe that. When Bank of America was not trying to give us our money, we have our money in there, but they were not trying to release us to spend our money. Yeah, so I had to go ahead and swipe my credit card because I knew that was gonna work. So that's emergency, right? But then when you swipe it, they tell you have these fees. You have these fees. The credit card have is 25%. Every time you swipe it, it's a 25 is a 2.5% they add on to that. And even if you don't swipe it every month, they still add on that to it, right? So we have fees that come in. And imagine if you don't pay that 2.5%, you still have to they give you that late fee for the one that you didn't pay on the 5th. So we have to be careful of those late fees. And the thing about late fees is that it adds up. Don't let things in your life add up. Do not put off what you can do today, tomorrow. Because when you do that, you're bringing late fee into your life. You like how I put that metaphorically? You like how I thought I did that? Do not let things add up in your life. Do not put off what you can do today for tomorrow. Because when you do that, you add late fee to your life. What is a late fee? A late fee is you have a 9 o'clock appointment, but you show up at 11 o'clock and you still expect the doctor to see you. And you get mad when they're like, no, you're late. If you have doctors like us, I don't know how it is in out of state, but we know up in here in New York, they don't play that. You got a 9 o'clock, you better get there at 8:45 because they tell you got to check in 15 minutes before. And if you're not sitting in the waiting room at 9 o'clock and they call you by 9:15, 9:30, that's it. And you're not there, that's it. They'll tell you, we're sorry, you're going to have to make another appointment. We cannot see you today. So late fee is you have a 9 o'clock appointment, but you show up at 11 o'clock and you're upset because the doctor said the reception said the doctor can't see you. You have to make another appointment. Those are late fee. Late fee is wanting to build a relationship but not putting in the work. It's quiet up in this Methodist church. Oh no, Jehovah Witness we call it. Late fee is wanting to build a relationship, but you're not putting in the work and you're still frustrated that it's not going anywhere. Isn't that something? They call it like an oxymoron. You want to build a relationship, but you're not putting in the work, but then you're frustrated that this relationship is going nowhere. That math not mathing. Right, Prophet Loretta? That 1 + 1 is not adding up to 2 right there. Those are late fees, right? Late fee is looking for the promotion, but lacking work ethics. And you're upset that your neighbor is the one that got promoted. That's late fee. Trying to wean yourself off of bad habits, but always find yourself in the same predicament. That's late fee. Right? These are all late fees that happens in our life, metaphorically. These are all late fees that happens in our life because what? Because we're putting substitute things instead of really fixing what needs to be fixed. We're putting off things that we should be dealing with today, right? Because we think let's do it tomorrow or let's do it next week. That's late fee. And perhaps already you said it. We love to use this word, insanity. And as human beings, we tend to come into a place of insanity, right? Life will give you late fees, but you have to find ways to cut through it or budget it to bring it down. I'm going to say that to you one more time. Life will give you late fees, but you have to find ways to cut through it or budget it to bring it down. You have to. Why? Because as I said in the beginning, it'll start piling up. It'll start piling up. Find ways to cut through it and bring it down. If you keep doing the same negative things and haven't found ways to deal or cope, you will always have late fees. Say it one more time. If you keep doing the same negative things and haven't found ways to deal or cope, you will always have late fees. Last week we talked about common method. I told you about Apostle and she walks around with her phone and her music in our ears. Worship you. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And in this house, we leave our door open during the day. Well, Apostle, she sleeps with her door open. Mother P closes her door. I close my door because I don't need no distraction while I'm sleeping. I don't need nobody walking back and forth while I'm sleeping, right? So I leave a door open. So I hear Apostle. You hear when she's coming up from her office, when she's coming up to the first floor. You hear, you hear she carries these two things: her big old jug of water with ice. So you always hear shiggling, 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 and you hear the loud gospel music or worship music playing. Worship when she's coming up the stairs, it's louder, and I'm like, I didn't even hear what they just said on the TV. I didn't even hear what they said. And I just had a thought I was writing, but all I hear is shiggling, 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 shiggling. So I forgot. So now I'm writing shiggling, 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 shiggling. But we talked about it last week. Fine, that's a positive. This helps her. She listen to worship music all day. That's what she do. So you have to find coping mechanisms that will help you not to get back or get caught up back into your late fees. Don't keep repeating the same thing if it's not working. If you're constantly seeing the fault in everyone, there's no way individuals will want to be around you. You know people like that? Those are late fees. Those are late fears. That's what I'm going to call them. Those are late fears. They're constantly seeing the fault in everyone. No one's gonna be around. Want to be around you. I'm gonna say this week, right? I was telling about Peter. I was like, oh, you know this situation. She was like, oh my lord. So she's like, oh, she told a person, oh, this was going on. So Apostle and I are talking. It's like, of course, this is how the result is gonna be because this person is negative. So no one's gonna want to be around them. Who wants to be around negative Nancy? Prophet Loretta said, don't go there. YouTube going to cut out. See, YouTube playing itself right now. YouTube's cease and settle YouTube. Cease and settle. Organize yourself. Organize yourself. Not today. Right? But no one wants to be around negative Nancy. No one wants to be. So if you're around someone that everything in them is negative, 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 and not just negative for them, they're negatively picking at you, they are late fees. And you have to find ways to get around them. Pay them off so they can move away. Bob's ready. You know what I'm saying? Pay them off so they can move away. You will be considered a late fee if you're just constantly in the presence of someone and there's nothing positive you say. You will be considered a late fee if you keep doing the same negative thing and expect it to change. That's late fee. Oh, we got to be careful of these late fee. You have to attend to what it is that's causing you to be in delay. What's the tool? What's the insight? You have to deal with it. You have to attend to it. You have to attend to it now. That's the insight. That's the insight. You have to attend to it now. So you have to attend to what it is that's causing you to be in delay to avoid the late fee. Say, oh yeah, they gotta go. They got to go. Listen, you gotta put an eviction on them. Put an eviction on them. You know those people. You've all come in contact with these people. The one, I don't know why no one liked me. Oh my God. Prophetess Joyce, just yesterday, Pastor and I were talking about this individual, and it's like they can't get along with anyone. You're like, why can they not get along with anyone? And he said, you know what? It's not the people; they're the problem. They're the problem because if it's always, oh, I can't hang around with this person, I can't talk to this person. They're the problem. You know those people. The ones that say, oh, no one likes me. Why is it that you're the only one that think, no one like you? I mean, that's serious if no one like you, you know? The ones that say, oh, everyone's jealous of me. Oh boy, let me tell you about these people here. Let me tell you about these people here. Listen, you with your hole in your socks, who jealous of you? You know what I'm saying? Not to be like nitpicking, but I'm just saying those individuals that everyone is jealous of me. Prophet Joyce, you know them. They feel everyone. Oh, they all want my man. Girl, nobody wants your man. He broke and he got one leg. Who want him? You know, everyone want the house that I have because this is the best house in the world. Girl, if you go 3 blocks up, you see that lady. She got a 10-story. She got a 10-bedroom house. Her house is bigger than yours. You know those people, right? They want what I have. Anybody want what you have? Anybody want what you have? Why? Because you got nothing. Those are the people that are late fees. Watch them. Prophetess Joyce, watch them. Those are the ones you have to get rid of because what? It revolves around them. It's all about them. They are late fees. Stay away from them. They don't want you to progress. Be careful of those late fees. They don't want you to progress because it's all about them and they should always be the one in the spotlight. You ever tell someone a good news? And this late fear? Oh, you two be playing. You ever tell someone a good news and these are the late fears? You tell them a good news and they always got to find a way to pull out your good news, turn it around to make it look bad and make their life shine. Late fears, be careful because they always have to be in the spotlight. Be careful of those people. Look at what Solomon says. Solomon says this in Proverbs 23. I'm sorry, Proverbs 26 and verse 12. Solomon says it this way in the Amplified Bible, perhaps Loretta. Solomon says it this way. He says, do you see a man who is unteachable and wise in his own eyes and full of self-conceit? There is more hope for a fool than for him. Boy, late fees. Even Solomon know about the late fee people. Because what is he? It's all about him. And if you're telling him something that doesn't appeal to him, that doesn't make him the spotlight, he is now pulling away and saying no. But Solomon says what? There is more hope for a fool than for him. Yeah, Prophet Loretta. The common denominator. That's it. The common denominator. They're not the problem. You're the problem, Nancy. The common denominators. So we have to be careful of these late fears, as we call them, as Solomon says to them, is that they're unteachable. They don't want you to tell them nothing. They're the ones. Watch this. The late fears are the ones that always have advice for you. Even if you just want to vent or you just want to make a statement or a comment, they always have advice for you. If you wear your hat straight, they always, oh, you know what? Maybe you should wear it to the side, but I don't like it to the side. Right? In this house, we all have different ways of eating, right? Apostle do not like her stew on her rice. She do not. You put the rice, she got to have the stew at the side. Don't put it on her rice. Mother P, she likes her stew on her rice. But Mother P, it's funny because she have like 5 different things and she mix it all up. Old people. And she mix it all up. I, on the other hand, I got my rice. Some of my stew can touch my rice and the rest can just lay on the plate of the side. It doesn't matter. So we all have our own ways of eating our rice with our stew. So imagine if I take Apostle plate, give it to Mother P, and Mother P plate, give it to Apostle. They wouldn't like that because that's not how they eat. Mother P will automatically mix up a food, and Apostle, she can't do nothing because it's already mixed in because she doesn't like her food, her stew, and her rice touching. So what if I'm trying to tell you that's not how you should eat it? No. This is how I like my plate presented. This is how I like to eat it. Be careful of those negative fees. Those are the individuals that tell you, okay, this is how I like it, so you should like it this way. Negative fees. Them late fees. Be careful of them. Be careful of them, right? One thing about late fees that we should try to understand, Prophet Shrees, welcome. One thing about late fees that we should try to understand is that it's not there to progress you. That's not what it do. Late fees are not there to progress you. It's there to keep you frustrated. It's there to keep you in lack. And it's even there to put you in a panic because it piles up. So watch those people who, when you're around them, you always feel frustrated. They always say things that make you kind of panic. They make you a little anxious. They always just annoy you. They make you feel like you're lacking in your life. They're going to pile up on your emotion. They're going to pile up on you. Those are the late fears. Get rid of them. Throw them in the trash. And take the trash bucket outside. So be careful of the late fears. Sometimes late fees are distraction. Why? Sometimes late fees can be distraction because it pulls you away from the things that you need to attend to. Because you're here, let's freeze dead weight. Because you're here just focusing on this and focusing on this. They come to distraction. It pulls you away from what you need to attend to. Watch this. Because Paula's husband is acting up again. I gotta go see about him. That's you. Paula's husband acting up, so you gotta go see about her. Why? When you and your husband aren't even speaking. Why you? That's distraction. That's late fee. Why you worry about Paula and her husband? If he acting up, girl, you and your husband ain't speaking. You gotta find ways to have a communication with your spouse. So be careful of the late fees. Mary's son just got arrested. Oh, I gotta go visit him and I gotta go visit him in prison. I gotta go to jail and see how he doing. He just got arrested. When your son is out on the side selling drugs. Like I did that? Late fees bring distraction. You need to attend to your son that's on the side out there selling drugs. You worry about Paula's son in jail. What the hell use my brother word that apostle like to use? What the baloney? Even got our niece using it all the time. We have a conversation where she's like, Auntie Marcelle, that's just baloney. I'm like, yeah, your dad. Yeah. Right? Sue's daughter's pregnant. You gotta go see how Sue's feeling because her daughter's pregnant out of wedlock while your daughter and her boyfriend locked up in the room. See what I'm saying? It's the late fees. It brings distraction to you. It's the late fees that you should be worried about, not someone else's bills. You like how I metaphorically put those together? That's Jesus right there. It's your late fees you need to be worried about. Not someone else's bills. Naturally, hear this. Naturally, you filing bankrupt. You ain't got no money, right? And your friend called and she said, yeah, Prophet Sweater, mind your business. You remember in Living Colors? What he used to say, mind your business. I'm just mind your business. That's all you gotta do sometimes. Just mind your business. Fix your problem first. Pay your bills first. Right? Deal with your late fee. Now you can think about somebody else. Because you filing bankrupt, you have no money, naturally, right? And then your friend call, girl, I need $500. You just got paid. You already backed up, girl, I need $500. If I don't get this $500, oh my God, they're gonna repo my card. You put your pile of late fee at the side and you go and helping your friend, giving her $500 to pay her car note so her car don't get repo. And what happened? By the time you blink tomorrow, they taking your car. Deal with your late fees before you attend to someone else's bills. Deal with your problem before you attend to someone else's problem. Why? Because if you leave your problem, you leave your late fees, and you going over there helping someone else's problem, someone else's bills, more interest rate piles up on you, right? All of a sudden, your husband packed up and moved out and you didn't even know he gone because you busy over there with somebody else's business. All of a sudden, you got a call from the police that your son just got arrested because he's busy over there visiting somebody else's son. Right? All of a sudden, you out here getting a notice that you fired because you busy over there minding your co-worker's business and what they're not doing, what they are doing, what they're supposed to be doing when you're not doing your work. See what I'm saying? The late fees. Be careful of them because they're going to pile up on you. And when it's piled up, y'all know what I'm talking about. Naturally, when them late fees pile up and them interest rates come in, oh Lord, crap, or smoke your pipe. All your pipes. Because it becomes harder to bring it down. Private Sharice? 24 hours in a day. Take it to the mind your own. Mother P was saying the other day, right? She was talking to someone. And the person was saying something to her. Some Mother P was like, so they're sharing their story. They're telling their business. This is where I get this from. I get it from Mother P. They're telling their business. Some Mother P says something to them. And so they're like, oh, I can't believe you said that to me. Some other piece says, you bring your story to me. She loved to say that. And I'm the same way. I'm not like, oh, so what happened with it? You bring your story to me. And if you ask me my opinion and I tell you, don't get upset because you bring your story to me. Right? But I'm not going to give you advice on something that's like me giving you marriage advice. How dumb is that? Saying, oh, this is what you should do. Listen, I can give you but so much. I can give you marriage advice in what I've seen, in what I've heard, but I cannot give you marriage advice in experience because I've never been married. So if I keep giving you, say, no, this is what you should do to your husband, this is how you should treat your husband, it becomes foolish. Why? Because I am now becoming a late fee to you because I'm telling you something I've never experienced. But if I say, hey, you know what? I was talking to Mary and she was telling me her and her husband were having the same thing. You know what Mary told me she did? That's different because Mary got a husband. Marcelle ain't got no husband yet. But Mary got a husband. Mary's telling me about her husband. So I'm telling this what Mary said, but I can't say, oh, if I was you. No, I can't say if I was you. But if you're telling me about singlehood, I'd be like, girl, let me tell you about singlehood. I got up today and I wanted to stay on the bed and not going to sprawl off like this because it was me, myself, and I. I have to push my pillows over a little bit more. Right? So be careful of the late fees. Here is what Matthew 7:3-4 in God Word Translation. Again, these late fees can bring distraction. And you have to be careful of them because it pulls you away from what you need to really attend to. You have to attend to your things first, your issue first, before you go and attend to someone else's. Matthew 7:3-4 in God's Word Translation. It said, so why do you see the piece of sand dust in another believer's eyes and not notice the wooden beam in your own eyes? How can you say to another believer, let me take the piece of sand dust out of your eyes when you have a beam in your own eyes? I mean, this is basically talking about you being a fornicator and you getting mad at someone that fornicate. But I'm putting it in the context of you trying to fix somebody else's problem, trying to deal with somebody else when you don't. Come on, Nancy got the problem. Here's an oxymoron what irritates me sometimes. Let me take a sip of this. Y'all, I was trying to make some peppermint tea before I came downstairs. But time wasn't timing. Like Apostle said last night. Somebody told Apostle she needs to be married. She needs to be married to time. So time can time. And time wasn't timing for me today. I was like, I'm coming to make some tea. I was like, oh, and I was like, I'm just gotta get some water. Just like this, just ease my sinus. That's rolling with me today. But here's what a late fee is. A late fee is, right? A late fee is someone that's always having a broken relationship, giving relationship advice. Who sang this song? It just popped in my head. I'm on my own. Patti LaBelle, probably. Why did it in this way? It's probably like Patti LaBelle. Right? That's popped in my head. Because sometimes, right? You on your own and your own problems. You on your own and your own problems. You can't have a functional relationship, but you're quick to tell somebody about relationship and what they should do in their relationship. It's like those individuals, you know what? And this is true story. True. I knew of this individual, true story, that always wanted to give parenting advice when all of their kids are like Satan spawn. You know, that is a late fee. You cannot attend to something, right? Or someone else's situation or someone else's problem. You cannot look at the beam for someone else when you're having that same issue going on in your life. Fix your late fee before it piles up. Fix your late fee before it piles up. Because if all your kids are the spawn of Satan and you want to give parenting advice, what advice are you telling them? You're trying to create that. You're trying to have that person have spawn Satan kids too. Prophetess Joyce, you know what I'm talking about. You know those people. And it's like the grandmas. It's like the grandmas, right? Like, I guess it's so funny to me. Apostle and I talk about it sometime. I always say people like, oh, when they out, their mom never have money for McDonald's. But it's so funny in our family. Mother P, when we were little, she never takes us out unless she have at least, back then, let's say $1, because back then the dollar did a lot. At least $1 to make sure that we get something while we're out, because it would be a curse. Mother P take us out and we don't get nothing. Come back home. It's ridiculous. So it's just something that is just a traditional thing that Mother P did. So we find it, and we do it. Apostle and I do. We take the kids out. Mainly Apostle. I like to go out with Apostle with the kids because I'm always like, you better buy them something. You gonna buy them, like, you pull out the money. Show them the money, sis. Show them, because they're not running out of me, right? So we go out. If I go out with the kids by myself, we go shopping. Right, y'all gotta get something for one thing for $1. Right? So imagine we're going out. We're all going out, and we're like, okay, no, I'm gonna buy everyone else kids something, but I'm not gonna buy the kids that's with me anything just because. That makes no sense. Because what? Late fee brings a distraction. Late fee pulled you away from what's really you're supposed to be attending to. So you have to be careful with the late fees, right? Prophetess Joyce, boy, kids, baby's kids. Oh, Prophetess Joyce, listen. You sure enough is right. You sure that sometimes when the kids do too much, I'm like, y'all just act like some baby's kids. God damn it, y'all. Like how they left me to do the Christmas tree by myself. I'm not bitter. I'm better, right? How they left me to do the Christmas tree by myself, right? And then come down and they were like, "Oh, that looked nice. You did a good job." Choke your kids, right? So, but you have to attend to the things as Matthew said. Look at what's in your eyes. Look at your situation. Look at your late fees first before you try to help someone with their bills. I cannot give you $100 if I don't have it. Right? Let me put it this way. I cannot loan Apostle $100 if I don't have it. But don't lend Apostle $100 because she looked at me like, lend you $100. We family. You don't get a return. And I'll be like, I need that $100 back with interest. Right? But it's usually the opposite way around. I'll be like, yo, you wanna spot me $50 about to go outside? You wanna spot me $50 and buy something extra for myself? But here again, late fees. Attend to the I cannot give you what I do not have. So do not let your late fee, let your interest pile up when you're busy over there trying to help somebody else. You ever seen two people walk together and one is just tore up and the other one is all put together? Why? Because that person is they're just attending to the person that they're with and not fixing themselves. You're no good to anyone if you're a mess. No. You're no good to anyone if you're a mess. When we go out here, usually on Sundays, if dependent on what Sunday it falls on, sometimes we don't want to go out, so we order in. But when we go out on Sundays, we put ourselves together. Mother People on her Sunday best. Don't forget with her hat and with her, and we're just going out to dinner, right? Mother People on her Sunday best with her hat and her heels. Or sometimes I'll be like, no, don't wear those heels today. Put on your diabetes shoes because I don't want you talking about, oh, my feet hurt. Put on diabetes shoes, right? Or she put on her diabetes shoes and she looking nice and cute. Apostle, she put on her nice outfit, a nice skirt with her shawl, and then she pull out her boots. And I'll put on my nice dress, get my hair did, put on my nice shoes, get myself together. Because why? We attend to ourselves. But imagine, peradventure, yesterday, not to throw shades. I'm not gonna call them. Last week, when we went out. We had some people with us. We went out, right? So we're all putting on our Sunday best. So I looked at one person and I said, "Look at all of us. Look how we're looking. We're all dressed our Sunday best to go out to eat, to sit down in a restaurant to eat." And I said, "Look at you." I said, "Next time you're among us on a Sunday, make sure you bring a better outfit so we can all look good together." Because how does it look? 5 of us are looking put together and you're not attending to yourself. I don't want to be a late fee for someone. If I see someone is walking crooked, hey, what's wrong with your foot? Let's straighten this out. Because I'm already walking straight. Let's straighten this out. This is how you help individuals with late fee. Someone looking to, I'll be like, This is it's like what we do. Like if my nieces are coming over doing something or whatever. I'm like, hey, y'all bring this and this and this, because this is what we're doing. So when we're getting ready to leave, I don't want you to say, I don't have this. No, I'm preparing you. Because if you come and I didn't tell you what you need for us to do, what's going to happen? I now become a late fee to you because I'm not helping you as I've already helped myself. You get what I'm saying? Metaphorically? Don't be a late fee. Attend to it so that it wouldn't pile up. Right, Professor Writer? No late fee. So it wouldn't pile up. You need to take care of the things that need to be worked on and fix it now before the late fee comes. Because when the late fee comes in, it's hard to stabilize it when it's been piled up. It's hard when your husband already packs up and leave the house. Professor Loretta, what I told you we not talk about finances today, you gonna talk about pay those tithes. You right though. You better give the listen. Let me just throw this in there. As Pastor Loretta said it. Listen. I was telling someone the other day. They were like, "Oh, they were telling their spouse, if we have all these bills piling up, we should just not give our tithes this week, and just because God." And they use a positive favor because God will understand. And I said, "Oh, that's to the no." That's to the heck to the no. Don't do that. Because when you miss that tithe for that paycheck, you know what? Tithe, when you miss a tithe, late fee comes with it. If you can't give that 10%, you know what happened? You got to add an next 15% to that. But if God himself, I'm not trying to get all preachy over here, no, because there's vessel hope. But if God himself can say, if you're late on this, you got to add more to this so that it wouldn't pile up. Imagine yourself. If you don't deal with something now and it pile up, it's more work. If you can't give that 10%, it's more work to add, not just 15. You got to give the 10. Plus you add the next 15. That's 25 for the math. That's 25 you got to give next paycheck. Plus the 10 for that week. You know what I'm saying? So even if God is saying naturally with your tithes, give your 10 so you don't have to add the next 15. Same as it with the late fee here naturally. Fix the problem now. See, your marriage is getting a little shaky. Fix it now before all of a sudden you look and you don't see your husband closing the closet anymore. You see your kids getting out of hand? Shape them up now before later on you get that call, right, from the school that's saying your kids over here bullying people. Your kids over here talking rudeness. Your kids over here want to hit somebody. No, deal with it now. Deal with it now before the late fee piles up. Right? And this is what I do with the kids. When they're in the house and you wanna act up, no, we fixing it right now. I was calling somebody the other day. They were like, yes. I'll call them again. It's like, yes, one of them kids. Yes. I was like, yeah. I said, oh no, Lord Jesus, Father God, hold me. Prophetess Joyce, I was like, hold me back, hold my hands back, Jesus. So I said, come here. I got to put on this, come here. So when they came, I said, don't do that. Don't ever do that again. When an adult is calling you, it's not yes. Even if you say, yes. No, it's not yes. You don't yes me. You yes ma'am. You have to nip it in the bud because what? Because it piles up. It's like when you see those kids on the street and they're misbehaving to their parents and they want to hit their parents and you stop in there and the parents like, I don't know why they're acting like that because they act like that in the house. So you don't know why they're going to act like that outside because you haven't nipped it in the bud and tell them, no, I am the adult. You're going to respect me. You're going to speak properly to me. You're going to act like you got some sense. You don't try to fix it when it's late fee. You fix it, right? You pay the bill when it comes in. Yeah, you pay the bill when it comes in. That's how you avoid the late fee. You pay the bill when it comes in. If you don't pay it when it comes in, you're in problem. Here, Apostle putting up scripture. Let me see. Leviticus 23, 30, and 31. And then we're gonna finish. Then I'm done. I'm done with you. The Amplified Bible. It says, see if I can see it right. I gotta lean forward because the screen is right there. Okay. And all the tithes, 10th part of the land, whether the seed of the land of the fruit of the tree is the Lord, it is holy to the Lord. If a man wishes to redeem any part of his tithes, he should add 1/5 to it. I didn't say it. The Bible said it. I didn't say it. God said it. If you can't do the 10, right? If you can't do the 10 today, next week, your next paycheck, you give that 10 for that day. Plus, you give the 10 that you missed for last week. Plus, you got to add a 15%. Lord, you got to give your whole paycheck. So, what is God is saying? Avoid the late fees. Same in the natural. Avoid the late fees a late fee in your life. If you feel yourself, you are, Apostle say this all the time. You will feel it. You feel when you're not as spiritual as you need to be. You feel when you're falling off the bandwagon. Those are late feet creeping in. What you gotta do? I gotta avoid the late. I gotta avoid it piling up. I gotta get myself together. Let me go on my own personal fast. Let me go Let me go pray. Let me go read the word. Let me get it together. Right? You hear your spouse keep saying, "Let's make time for me. Let's go out. Let's go out on dinner. Let's go out on dinner." I believe they're not saying that to be annoying. They really want to, hey, let's make time. Let's go out, because they want to avoid the late fee. Right? So in life, remember, in life, avoid the late fee. So I have a question for you. What is your late fee? What is your late fee? What are the bills that are piling up in your life that you need to stabilize? Attend to it now. Because if it's hard to deal with one late fee, imagine when it piles up and when more is adding to it, right? So, I hope you got something from it today about the late fees, metaphorically. You have to learn to adapt to it, all right? Okay, while we talk about that, go ahead. Don't forget, go ahead and look at the blog. It's called Adapt. It's going to bless your spirit. Go ahead and read it. It's on www.hellomarcellesampson.com. It's right at your screen there, Prophet Cherise. Go ahead right after that. Click on it and go and read it. Let it bless your spirit. Let me pray for you, Lord. Thank you for your people. I thank you for them today. I thank you, Lord. Oh God, that they are not late fees, that they will attend to the things they need to attend to today so they will not pile up. So then it's hard to fix, Lord. I thank you, Lord, that you will give your people wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in their life, in things that they go through, so that they can know how to decipher, how to move away, how to fix what they need to fix for themselves before they try to help others. Keep your people today. In Jesus' name, amen. Hey, love and appreciate you all. See you all next week. See some of you in the prayer line tonight. Let's have a good time in the Lord. Continue. Love you. Bye now.